We're live?
We're live.
You want to take it?
Yes, I will take it. What's happening? Sorry about the delay. We're having some TriCaster problems. Also, I had to go over some horrifying numbers for our friend GK there. How my last few months have been. They've been horrifying, GK. But not quite as bad as you've made it look. Roger T says, lucrative Larry, just blow and wipe. Let's go. We have Freddie Fortune back there, but it is Tuesday, September 11th. I have just finished doing my Audible NFL show. That is was wonderful. I've got a ton of plays that I'm almost ready to make. We've got a big baseball card. Very thankful that I didn't join the Fade Fetty March that was being done this morning because Fetty's having a really nice start. But we are ready to get into action. Scotty Rock says, Pete, look bored.
No, I'm not bored. I'm not bored.
Not
no,
bored?
No, I wish I was bored. That
You
would
wish
be
you
great.
were bored?
Yeah.
DJ Big Boss Ski Profit. Ski Profit sent us a video, and that was part of the reason why we're delayed. Ski, we're having a problem with the TriCaster. We're having a problem. One of the problems we're having is loading your video. So we're going to get a note at 4:30 whether or not we can show it. We do have Red Girl's birthday video loaded, but hopefully we'll have yours, Ski. Tomor saying Deion Jones, middle linebacker out for the year. Huge injury, top 5 player at his position. Yes, we went over that quite a bit on the Audible show. And Savage Larry says, no, I'm going with the Cubs. Jimmy, hopefully they get it. And yes, hopefully they do get it. Greg Schneider says, you look more annoyed than bored.
No.
Not annoyed either?
Annoyed would be better, yeah.
Annoyed would be better. But we're ready to get to work. A lot of games on the docket. I would really love to hammer NFL as long as possible, so let's get through these MLB plays.
Okay, first of all, I would like to shout out Lou H., right? Lou H., you said Belgium -1.5. He says, what's good, boys? Host, you cashed that Belgium easy money with me today. I actually didn't check to see what happened in that game, but I know for a fact that I bet it, so I'm assuming that it won, huh?
Yes, and the over 2.5 hit as well. I, of course, when Lou H. is handing out free money, I'm overwhelmed with football, and I didn't make the bet myself. What an idiot I am, because everybody agreed on that play. Should have just jumped on it, but I was so overwhelmed trying to get my shit together for the NFL show. We capped every single game, all 16 games capped, so I'm ready to go there. But no, I didn't take the free money that Lou H was handing me.
Yeah, huge shout out to Lou H. I definitely tailed it after seeing some of the other opinions as well. I actually took it -1 and -1.5 at -145. So I would have, if they had won by 1, I would have only lost half. But of course, I'm assuming that they cashed.
They did. They took care of business. Don Mago 323 says he wants to have a bigger role in these soccer plays. He hit them both too. Great work, Don Mago. R2D2 Finland says Finland salutes Pete and Jimmy and Lowbagger family. Let's rock it.
And I do want to shout out who's the guy who said that his wife gave you a Jameson's and is having
that's
what's his name
Tom
again?
Gunn, Vegas Gunn.
Vegas Gun.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vegas Gun. Hope everything turns out okay for you. I said that I was going to shout you out in every single show, and I forgot to do it this morning. But I apologize for that, and I'm shouting you out right now. Tom Gunn. Hope everything
Tom
goes
and
out
Lily
okay.
Gunn. What a wonderful, wonderful couple. And we got a couple of our low baggers dealing with medical issues. Here, Elio Rodriguez says, I'm feeling good. Got good news from the doc. And then says, happy birthday, Red Girl. I love Elio Rodriguez. I love the fam. Kingu About Business saying, the Belgium won 3-0. Kingu About Business is tailing Twatty in the Pirates team total over 3.5. And is am I. I didn't say that right. And is am I. And am I. I'm also on it and ready to get that cake.
Okay, I'm just looking for comments here.
Red Girl says the birthday girl is here.
We've got some comments here, some strong disagreements on the Cubs and Milwaukee game. Kobe Valentine clearly on Milwaukee. Some other people clearly on the Cubs. And what's his name? Shaquille Bell said that the Giants were a lock in tonight's game as a home dog. And Sasana with a very interesting comment. Sasana, of course, is top whatever in MLB at covers right now.
Yeah, big.
He says, this ump in San Francisco game hates the Braves, going back to the well with San Francisco for late night degen action, money line +120. So there you go. Shaquille Bell saying that the Giants to win are his lock of the day. And Sasana with some interesting analysis here, also saying that he likes the Giants, which is very interesting, money line +120.
Yeah, and R2D2 also home from the hospital too. Meds are working after elbow surgery. We love you, R2D2. You bring smiles to us. Body Latte wishes everyone good health. And he asks if your balls resting in toilet water counts as a medical condition. No, you should be proud of that. Also, it's going to cool down. The weather's going to cool down in Pittsburgh, and you'll notice your balls won't hang in that toilet water when the weather is cold. Nutflush Allen says, "What up? Headed to baseball practice with Caden," and he said, "Dad, put on Jimmy and Pete. Caden, go get him today. Play hard. Much love to you." Muhammad Joma on the A's -1.5 and Dodgers -1.5, but he's surprised that we're fading Michaelis. Michaelis has looked bad lately. About 32 hits in his last 16 innings. I'm comfortable getting a 3.5 and not paying too much juice on it. Very comfortable with that. Gil Gates saying Giants suck right now, and that's my team.
Yeah, the pushback that you would expect on a play on the Giants is coming in, cascading in. But Shaquille Bell always gives plays that he has reasons for. I've come to tremendously respect his opinions on MLB. Sasana, of course, his record speaks for itself. He has interesting, kind of unique reasons for liking the Giants tonight, and that is very. I mean, obviously, liking Atlanta here is sort of a no-brainer play, which I thought it was yesterday when I gave Atlanta on the second half as a birthday pick. But Tosana and Shaquille Bell have to say about the Giants side having value is very, very eye-opening to me.
Kyle Jack can't stay for the show. Wonder what you think about this Buffalo Eastern Michigan if you're still watching. He says he can't stay for the show. Would love to know what you think of it. We both jumped on Buffalo. Brian Watson letting us know Yzerman resigned from as general manager of the Tampa Bay Lightning. That caught me by surprise. He told everybody, all the players, that he was going back home to Detroit. We know Holland's been there forever. I wonder if that's a sign of the future. His job is done in Tampa. He created a powerhouse. Go back to Detroit and create a powerhouse there. I'd love to see if that's happening. Elio Rodriguez saying low-hanging Arizona first 5.
You took that one already, Jim, right?
Yeah, Yankees -0.5 first 5. I'm not on that. My man Cole Leone joining us says, "Pete, Jimmy, what's up, Carolina? I'm in a panic over the Category 5 storm. As long as I got Wi-Fi, I can see the Loshak and the cat. My game is good." We love you, Cole. Kobe saying Yzerman taking a different role from Tampa Bay, apparently. I heard that too, but he did tell the players that he was going back home to Detroit. I know he does have a home in the Tampa Bay area. We will see. Savage Larry, that is my best bet. Brewers win series 2-1. Ulysses caught Atlanta at -136. Springer out for Houston, says Tomor. Nutflush Allen loving the over in San Diego, Seattle. San Diego, Seattle. We didn't hammer that game very
well. I gave San Diego as a second half play at +120. Maybe this is a good time to review all the plays that we gave in the morning show, right, Jim?
Yeah.
The plays that I gave were a bunch of second half plays and a bunch of leans. Toronto second half at +170. Oakland second half -160. Padres second half +120. And Colorado second half +105, which is kind of in line with everyone else who's liking Arizona first 5. Jim has a whole bunch of picks here. I guess I can scratch out Belgium +1.5 here. I cashed on that one. Jim has the Cubs on the money line. Arizona first half -123. Toronto team total over 3. Oakland run line +100. Angels Dodgers first half and full game over. First half 5 and full game over is 9. Toronto Boston over 8.5. Cubs team total over 4. Pittsburgh team total over 3.5. Angels team total over 4.5. And the Detroit Tigers first half +180. Who knows what Jim's going to add on here? It's an interesting card here, Jim.
It's an interesting card here, yeah. What do you? I find the Padres Mariners game a very tough spot. I like your second half play, no doubt, but I find it tough. Also, who is my man? King U is tailing is on. Oh, sorry, he's on Arizona first 5, Colorado second half. Very interesting play here. Muhammad Joma says, anybody like Astros -1.5? They're missing Springer. We'll get into that game. I'll pull up all the lineups so we can break them down.
The line movements that are notable here. The Dodgers are taking money. They're up into the 170s.
The Angels.
Small money. Yes, we'll get into that in a second. Small money coming in on Detroit. Big money coming in on Philly for the second game there at -130. I definitely noticed that money's been coming in on Cleveland. They are now a favorite, which is interesting because of course Tampa Bay has been rolling recently. Money coming in on Milwaukee. Look at that. Yeah. In the morning show, Jim, you got -120. Oh yeah, I guess now it's only about 5. What happened?
Kyle Jack coming in. Likes Buffalo to
really?
Cover, guys.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. In the morning show, a lot of people were talking about how Eastern Michigan has a great record ATS on the road, great record as a dog, great record ATS. A lot of reasons for liking Eastern Michigan historically. I'm just thinking that I kind of like Buffalo this year in general. Eastern Michigan gave up a lot of yardage on the ground, and that was one of the plays I took a shot with. But I also took a shot with the Penn State under at 59.5. Now it's up to like 64. So
wow, and also the Georgia Tech running back average 7.8 1.9 yards, done for the season. And so a little bit of line movement back to Pitt. I asked Drew Martin, because Drew Martin posted, I was like, so do you like Pitt? Because I want to jump on Pitt. And he says, no, I still like Georgia Tech.
Right.
And he says, especially if the weather plays a big role, likes Georgia Tech even more.
All right, so this interesting San Francisco-Atlanta game, no notable line movement as yet. The Boston game, let's see what's happened with that one, because we know that Sale is only scheduled to go 2 innings. Wow, money coming in on Boston, at least since opening. Let me see, other lines, other money. That's about it as far as a notable line movements. Very, very, very notable, in my opinion, that money's coming in on Milwaukee. That is interesting. I didn't yet take Chicago, although I did bet them on the overnight line, which is not great. All right, Jim, anything else that you want to add here?
Twatty liking the over in the Georgia Tech-Pittsburgh game, so I just said, what about the weather issues? Curious to hear what he has to say about that. Ulysses Hayes going to pay a lot of juice on the A's money line, minus 188. Did about an hour after the game, it had gone in a bit of a U-ship. Money started coming back in on the A's. Did that continue? Because I was stuck with football.
On the A's, let me check. Let me see what is. I got a whole bunch of tabs open here now that I have a computer that can handle them all. Yes, a little bit of money. Yes, okay. A little coming back on the A's.
That does give me some relief. Paco Healy on the A's run line as well. Kylie Reynolds says Buffalo money line. Took them big.
Money line, though, not the spread. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I can understand that if you're going to make actually, I prefer not to give that much juice, but if you're going to make a big bet and you just need the team to win. Roger T says Red Girl got her birthday pick. We got it ready to roll. We have that, and then they're going to let us know in about 10 minutes whether or not they were able to get Ski Profits play, and Freddie giving us a look. So I guess he's giving us some information whether or not, because I'd sure like to show Ski's video. Lou
H, who gave us Belgium minus 1.5, also liking the A's here. Sosana says Sharps on the O's tonight. Fuck that. Minus 110 Nostra Tota. Shout out to 110 Nostra Tota. So happy that he's in the chat comment section with us every day now. A's getting steamed. Surprised with that since Pinder is in. Okay. Alex Malbury says A's lose tonight. Let's see. Anything other coming in? Lamont Williams says, Pete, I told you Milwaukee play of the day. R2D2 Finland. Chassin will bounce back. He killed the Cubs before. Ulysses Hayes likes Milwaukee money line. Nutflesh Allen says Mitchell's going to get touched and Gonzalez coming off neck surgery. That one, if I was going to take the over, I would definitely be taking the first 5 over only, which is one of my leans tonight. R2D2 Finland likes the Padres over. Go ahead, Jim. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm still fine with this A's lineup. Laureano, Chapman, Lowry, Davis, Olsen, Piscotty, Simeon, Pinder, Lucroy. I'm still very comfortable with that lineup. Comfortable with the spot. Looking at this Jays lineup, Gurriel, this is what I didn't want to see. Rowdy not in the lineup. Damn it. It's Gurriel, Travis, Smoke, Morales, Grychek, Pilar, Hernandez, Diaz, Jansen. I was hoping that Rowdy would get another spot there. Looking at this Cubs lineup, Murphy, Bryant, Rizzo, Zobrist, Baez, La Stella, Caratini, Quintana, and then Happ turning the lineup over. A little surprised to see La Stella in there. And then Kane, Yelich, Aguilar, Braun, Scope, Shaw, Krat, Arcia, Chassin. Love not seeing Moose in there, but I guess the lefty isn't. But still love not seeing Moustakas in the lineup. This is nice. Also, I'm thankful for Nostra, his note about not backing the Royals, a bad team at this line, when I don't see Perez in there. They got Valoria catching, and that's just, maybe him and Keller have some history in the minors, but I'm still thankful that I didn't jump on that. I need Perez in the lineup if I was going to take the Royals. And that line hasn't even changed. Jordan Forrester saying Baraki, 9 ERA in 8 innings for Sox this year, but Blue Jays ended up winning both of those games. Yeah, we're all on the over. A lot of us are on the over. Quaddy Latte, going back to that, why he likes the over in that Pitt game, says Pitt, Penn State, 300 yards to 390 yards. Pitt has 14 penalties for 116 yards. Bad conditions. Pitt is much better than they showed. I agree. Pitt is better than they showed, that we could take advantage of Pitt in this situation, but everybody's telling me they like Georgia Tech. Makes me uncomfortable. Nostra says, got to take a shot on that huge reverse run line for the O's. Fires pitches to contact in that sandbox. Lots of value. Dangerous. Ulysses Hayes also on St. Louis money line. King, who says, La Stella's a lefty, Jimmy, so he should have good at bats against versus Chassin. He is a patient hitter. There's a reason why Madden loves him, so I agree with that too. And Kyle Jack says low on Eastern Michigan this year. Love it. Kyle Jack had to go, but we brought him back in with the Buffalo Dog. Says low on Eastern Michigan this year. Kept so many games close last year. Do a great receiving core, which is nowhere near as good this year. Anyways, got to jump, guys. Have a good one. Thank you.
Shout out to Kyle Jack. Kyle Jack. Shout out to Kyle Jack. All right, Jim, this is definitely an interesting card. I was thinking about taking San Francisco, Atlanta, second half on the over. Maybe a shot again with this Seattle, San Diego game, first half on the over 4.5. Again, I did bet the Boston game over 8.5 on the overnight line. Got a great line, like 8.5 minus 108. Didn't have the balls to give it in the morning show. Jimmy the Bag did, and you got a great line because that has now gotten bet up a full half run since the morning show when you took it. You got it at 8.5 minus 125. It's now 9 minus 125 everywhere. So I don't know if I want to jump on that one at 9 minus 125. The Milwaukee game is what it is. The Yankees-Minnesota game is interesting. We do have two 6:40 Eastern time games, Dodgers and Cincinnati, Houston and Detroit. Jim, you took already Detroit first half on the money line. My sense is that probably both dogs here have a little bit of value, although I'm not sure I want to pull the trigger on either one. I didn't bet either one. Anything to say further about the 6:40 games, Dodgers at Cincinnati, Houston against Detroit? Let me pull up my notes on these games.
I'm really excited that I did have the balls to take Tigers first five. I feel like they're a live dog with Zimmerman. We know the Tigers can get to lefties, but Valdez has looked good. Astros are just, playing at a very high level. 1-8-9, 15-19. Valdez making his first career start against the Tigers. He's never thrown more than 5 1/3. I'd sure love to see Peacock come in the middle innings because he's not pitching well. Their middle relievers are not looking very good, although their bullpen is looking good. Zimmerman's allowed more than one earned run once his last 4 starts. I like it. I like this whole spot. Kyle Fergus, my man, coming in saying over in the Mariners' first 5. I'm a little tentative to make the overplay there. I just feel like Mitchell taking that time off looked like it might have really helped him. And we know that Gonzalez needed the break badly.
Sure.
I have quotes of Gonzalez. Gonzalez seems like he's in a nice spot here, confidence-wise. He said, I was dealing with some fatigue, some neck aches. He feels like that's done. Now, I don't know if that is, but Ryan Smith saying Giants money line display. He sounds overguarded like in Kansas City first 5. I think it's very lovely. I won't do it without Sal Perez.
Shout out to Bill Buttlicker, who has just joined us. Hope everything is going great in your life, Bill Buttlicker. Anything you want to add here? Jimmy the Bag.
Well, I do want to know, and do we have Freddie back there? Freddie, I know that we have Red Girls video good, but do we have Ski Profits video? Was that able to load in the TriCaster? I'm hoping Larry's working on it. Okay, cool. Okay,
Muhammad
great.
Joma says Indians lineup looks jacked. They're a money line play for me. And again, that is Kobe Valentine's other bet that he likes. Cleveland, Kobe Valentine and Muhammad Joma and the market a little bit, both liking Cleveland. Maybe we should jump on this one. Bieber, pitches to contact. Okay, gives up some runs. Tampa Bay has been rolling, but maybe today is a spot to change course and take Cleveland. Their lineup looks jacked, according to Muhammad Joma. What do you think? Maybe Cleveland is a play here.
Lindor, Brantley, Ramirez, Encarnacion, Donaldson, Alonso, Cabrera, Kipnis, Gomez. That's as good as their lineup can look. This is their game 1 wild card, division series lineup right here. Lindor, Brantley, Ramirez, Encarnacion, Donaldson, Alonso, Cabrera, Kipnis, Gomez. Now, they're going to lose a little bit for defensive runs saved with Kipnis at center field. I mean, that's not a position that he's played much of, and he really doesn't have the speed to cover enough ground. But yeah, this lineup doesn't look great on the other side of things. Smith, Pham, G-Man Choi, CJ Cron, Wendell, Adames, Lowe, Bowers, and then Ciofo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Their young catcher. I think they're probably right. I think they're probably right. What is the line we get on Cleveland?
It's about minus 120 or 125 or so. Johnny Kotzen likes the Cleveland game over. Yeah, I was R2D2 Finland. Tampa wins, but I lean over. I was also thinking about, but Von Polo says, I love Tampa today. They are my premium play. Yeah. Jordan Forrester also liking the over in that one. Lou H. also liking the over in that one. Wow. And
Isan Silvergari says tough to go against these streaking teams, and it is. It's very tough, and that makes me not want to pull the trigger. They've just been playing so well. And then Glass now coming off shutting down this Indians team. You know what this Indians team does do well is facing pitchers a second and third and fourth times. They seem to handle that very well. Glass now got touched last start. I was really curious to see if Kiermaier or Duffy would be in the lineup for the Rays. I think they're very important guys, and them not seeing them in the lineup does, I think, take away a little bit from that Rays team. Yeah, I agree. Bieber just looks awful. 5.53 ERA since July 24th. 2 starts back, he lost to the Rays. He allowed 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned, and 5 1/3. Yeah, maybe the over is the play.
All right, I'm going to add on another second play here. I'm going to take Cleveland on the second half minus 120. Cleveland on the second half minus 120. I'm definitely leaning. Let me see. And Glasnow, his last start was a disaster, but I feel like overall he's not that bad and might be due for a little bit of a bounce back here, Jim. His last start kind of just the wheels came off, and it was just one of those a third of an inning starts that you just toss out. He had a great start at Cleveland right before his last start.
An
that
incredible
was a disaster.
start, no doubt. KG saying, guys, if you have family in the path of this storm, please check on them. It's really serious. Thank you for that care, K. And then Brian Watson saying Humboldt Broncos' first game tonight will be emotional. I thought that was 3 days ago. I thought this is game 2. But man, our hearts will never stop going out to that Humboldt Broncos team and everything that went down on that highway. Very, very sad stuff. Mohammed saying Kiermaier and Duffy are the guys that scare me in that Rays lineup, both out. Kiermaier always clutch. You know what? I'm not adding. I like where I stand now. And I don't like Bieber very much here. And Glasnow scares me. Now, obviously, this Indians lineup is much tougher. I'm going to stay off of this Indians-Rays game here, but we do have a video. We do have a Red Girl birthday video that's ready to go. I would like to. She has 2 props and a first 5 play.
Okay.
So the first one is she has a prop on the Atlanta Braves at San Francisco Giants.
Oh, a prop on the Braves Giants. A prop in general. What kind? Well, I'm assuming it's a strikeout prop, right? Okay, then it's got to be. Probably Folty strikeouts over. And what else?
She has a prop on the Pirates at Cardinals.
Pirates at Cardinals. Pittsburgh, Musgrove, strikeouts over.
And then she has a play on the, and I've already given you the first 5, I probably shouldn't have, but on the Mets game.
On the Mets game. Oh, first 5 innings. That's got to be, I guess that's got to be, that's got to be either first 5 under or Mets first 5 money line. It's going to be first 5 under.
All right. Freddie, are we able to roll the birthday girl low bagger Red Girls video? We ready to roll? Beautiful. Okay, just going to take a quick second, but she's going to, it will be happening very, very quickly. Let's see what else going on. Marco Polo asking about Sale only pitching 2 to 3 innings. And yes, and the Eovaldi coming in, and Eovaldi does not look good. All right, let's head it. Red Girl, the birthday girl. Let's see her video.
What up? This your girl, Red Girl. First of all, happy birthday to me. I'm about to drop y'all with these happy birthday pics so y'all can get some of my birthday money. You feel me? Shout out to my Money Game family. Shout out to the Low Bag family. I have 2 props for you and also a total. My first prop for you today will be Suarez strikeouts over 4.5, -130 at lolo81lines.com. In Suarez's last 3 outings, he has averaged 5, 5, and 5 strikes. And against Atlanta, he saw them once this year. He had 6 strikeouts. So again, Suarez strikeouts over 4.5, -130 at lolo81lines.com. My second prop for you today is, Michaelos. Strikeout over 4, -130 at lolo81lines.com. In his last 3 starts against the Pirates, he has averaged 5, 2, and 5. Again, Michaelos, strikeout over 4, -130 at lolo81lines.com. Now my total, if you know me, if you know the chat, we love this play right here. I've been riding with this play and it's been money every day. So my birthday pick to you for my birthday is the Mets first 5 under 3.5, -120 at lolo81lines.com. DeGrom under first 5 innings play has been virtually automatic as the regular season winds down. That play has been converted 20 times in DeGrom's previous 23 starts. No starter in baseball has been more dialed in than DeGrom, who hasn't surrendered more than 3 runs in a game since April 10th. Marlins counterpart Jose Urena has been solid over his last 3 starts, pitching to a 2.45 ERA and a 0.77 whip. So again, my birthday total for today is Mets first 5 under 3.5, -120 at Lolo81lines.com. Again, happy birthday to Red Girl. Shout out to Money Game. Thank you.
Shout out to Red Girl. Happy birthday.
Okay, so what were her plays? I couldn't hear the audio.
She's on Suarez strikeouts over 4.5.
Okay.
Michaelis strikeouts over 4.
So she doesn't think he's well. That's just 4 strikeouts. That's
Just
not a high.
4, yeah, you're right. It's lower than I imagined. And then you were right. Mets first 5 under 3.5 at -1.
Okay, so and I think I'm going to make Red Girl's official pick. Cleveland Indians second half -120. I think after everything we've discussed here, again, I agree with you. I don't really trust Bieber. Glasnow probably will bounce back, but later on, the Indians should have a big edge. So I'm going to make Cleveland second half money line -120, the official birthday pick. Again, I'm kind of rolling with these, Jim. 4-2 over my last 6. And before that, I was like 13-4 on some crazy run. And before that, I was doing really well as well, just we weren't tracking it. But another birthday pick will be Cleveland Indians, second half money line -120, and that's also an official pick that I've added. The only plays I'm thinking about adding here are Pittsburgh, -1, +1, or on the money line. But Red Girl likes Michaelis to have a better start here, doesn't she?
She does, and I'm hesitant to agree with her on that. I feel like he's a pitcher who's 17 innings away from his career high. I would be very concerned if I was the Cardinals. I know they've gone to a 6-man rotation to balance this, but I would be very concerned. He has been the ace of their staff. We just saw Wainwright come in. He did have some okay off-speed stuff, but his fastball just isn't what it was, and I don't trust Wainwright moving forward. I'd be concerned. Let me get to the Cardinals' numbers because they aren't great. I'm curious, with the pitching change from Brigham to Urena, are you interested in that first 5 under? Or do you think
no, not really. Urena is very, very inconsistent, very uncertain, and the Mets could easily hit him hard. If I was going to take anything, I'd probably just take a shot with the Atlanta first 5 team total under, Miami first 5 team total under, which I might actually do. Let me see. Where is that? Let me see. The Miami team total. Is it 1? Is it 1? Where the hell is it? Sorry, I can't find it. Yeah, 1 + 104. So that's a little bit. That's pushing it a little bit.
KG saying great call, Red Girl, and Mets under. The weather sucked bad here, cold, soggy, and wet.
No, I mean Urena is great. I'd be willing to take a shot with Miami first 5 team total under 1. You got to get a shutout to win, but that is not unthinkable. And that's the way I would be leaning.
Wadi liking this Pirates team total over 3.5. I'm on it. Mr. Gokster said I almost doubled up on that one. Twadi likes it. Tomer says Urena has been much better in bigger parks, but the Mets are hitting right now. Kobe Valentine giving us a final score there. Pitt 6, St. Louis 4.
Yeah. So I was thinking about taking Pittsburgh one way or the other. I might still do that before the end of this show. Jimmy the Bag. Anything else you want to add? Any comments that are coming in?
Just that sadly we can't show Ski's video. We've been editing it, trying to make it work for the TriCaster. It's not working. So sad. But Tuesdays, Ski's going to be sending us videos, so we'll get another one next Tuesday. And but on his video, he has a play on the Eagles-Bucks game. What's your guess what it was?
Wait, the Eagles Bucks? Oh, wow. Got to be Eagles. Come on, obviously.
It's Eagles. Yeah. And he has 4 plays on the Jays Red Sox game. I'll just read them out to you, but you can imagine. What do you think he's all over?
Jays Red Sox. He's probably on Jays money line. Probably on the over. Probably on Jays team total over. And I can't think what the 4th play would be.
Jays second half.
Okay, Jays second half, which I'm on. Yeah,
which you're on. Yeah. Jays first 5 plus a half. Yeah. Jays team total over 3. Jays Boston full game over 8.5, and Jay's second half. Derek Miller saying Pistol Peach in the back. Great job. You give the viewer a chance to display their work. Awesome, guys. And we love it. We love it. And Ski Profits is all good. Appreciate you guys for trying. We just love watching you guys in action. You guys put so much care and energy into our show, and it's we just love it. So we're creating a document because each time the videos get sharper and higher quality once you guys start doing them. So they're creating a document so we can send you guys just to give you a couple notes of how we want the videos to be. But if any of you guys are interested in sharing a video with us, we'd love to have it. And Lamont Williams says, can you repeat Red Girl's picks? Yes, I can. Suarez, strikeouts over 4.5. Michaelis, strikeouts over 4, and Mets first 5 under 3.5.
All right. I'll take a shot with Pittsburgh -1. I'll throw that one. Sorry, +1. I'm going to take Pittsburgh +1 just in case things get funky late. All right, so I'm going to take Pittsburgh +1. The money line part of that will be +128 at the Greek, and the +1.5 line here at sportsbookreview.com, sbrodds.com will be minus 179 at Pinnacle. So that's just a modest favorite line there for Pittsburgh -1. I will add that one on there. Pittsburgh +1. I will add that one on there as well. Pittsburgh +1. Anything you're thinking about adding, Jim?
No, I'm comfortable with the card. I like the place. I feel like, it's been actually a pretty good week so far, last week. So I'm comfortable with everything. I went real heavy on. What was the line? Did I beat the line movement in the end? In that the one play that I wanted to get in before the show, the Angels. Angels Rangers overs that I went all over.
Angels Rangers over. All right, we'll review all the picks that you gave. You gave yes. Actually, in the morning, you could have gotten a slightly better line, but now the line is headed up. It's now 9 -115 to the over. Okay. So it does appear to be headed up just a little bit. Yes,
okay,
definitely.
I'll take it. Yeah, no, I'm comfortable. I can't wait to get to NFL. Let's go.
All right, so let me quickly review anyone who's keeping track the MLB picks, and then we'll move on to NFL. Again, Jim's plays are Cubs money line, Arizona first 5, Toronto team total over 3. Oakland run line, Texas first 5 over 5, Texas Angels full game over 9, Cubs team total over 4, Pittsburgh team total over 3.5, Angels team total over 4.5, Toronto Boston over 8.5 -125, and Detroit first half +180. My plays are mostly second halves today. Toronto second half, Oakland second half, San Diego second half, Colorado second half, Cleveland second half -120. That is Red Girl's official birthday pick. And then Pittsburgh +1 is another play that I threw on. Anything else that I want to add, I'll add later on in this show, or I'll tweet out. All right, you want to get to NFL, Jimmy the Bag?
Oh, nope. So bad.
Yeah, no plays as of yet from you officially in NFL, right?
No, and I, to be honest with you, I really wasn't seeing things very clearly. I was pretty uncomfortable with all the plays. And I needed this Tuesday show. And let's just talk leans right now and see if anybody else wants to jump all over it. First off, Panthers at Falcons. I have begun to lean towards the over. We know that Deion Jones is out for the season. Keanu Neal, the defensive back for the Falcons, also done for the season. Now, Panthers, Greg Olsen has a fractured foot. But is Newton going to look better here? Is Matt Ryan? He's got to look better. Went 21 for 43, 251 yards. I expect him to look better. So I'm leaning towards the over here in Panthers-Falcons. And I know that total has gone from 44 just to 44.5, but be very curious to hear what you guys have to say. Also, I have a slight lean to the Falcons and all the points, but I don't think I'm going to take it at this point. Von Polo says, I love Carolina in this spot. Lean Falcons -6. Bill Butler says, my NFL lock of the week. And then Atlanta Falcons. They're one of the best linebackers in the league. They already allowed the most catches. Just lost one. Take player props over for McCaffrey reception and yards. Line isn't out at Bet Online yet, though. Yeah, McCaffrey did look pretty good week one. He's got to do more. But he looked pretty good, catching and receiving. He did, I believe, break 100 yards. I think he got about 50 plus in both. Thomas says Carolina is a key injury with Darley Williams out. I don't think Carolina moves the ball. Quinn has figured out Newton. Atlanta has been strong defensively against them at home. Panthers go 4-0, says Big Boss.
Wow, really, really strong opinions on both sides here. Ulysses Hayes liking Carolina money line. Anil Frank, Panthers +6. And Von Polo says, I love Carolina in this spot, but the equally strong opinions on Atlanta. I think if you're liking the over, you'd be leaning Atlanta, right? Or not?
Yes, I would be. And maybe just Atlanta team total over might be the play, because Nick Dial and Ollie knows both like the under, and I certainly don't want to go against him. But then my man Trunku says the over has good value. So let's, I'm just going to go with my leans right now. We'll talk about those games. We're going to be hammering these games over and over again. So that is a lean early. Also, Donnie, talking with Donnie, think that the Chargers should be able to cover this. Spot against the Bills. But again, it's a big line. Line's moving in Buffalo's favor. The total also is dropping 44, 43s, now 42.5. Shaq Lawson dealing with a hamstring injury. The Chargers injuries keep continuing. And now Joe Barksdale suffered a knee injury. So at this point, I'm not going to make a move there. As I keep rolling down,
can I ask a few more questions about the Carolina game, Jim? What are your take on this? Of course, people are talking about. Tom Marino says Panthers are down 2 key offensive linemen and Olsen. I think Atlanta rolls. John Roy 76 on Twitter says no Greg Olsen. The end. The other side though is provided by Anil Frank. Even when Carolina's offense isn't moving consistently, somehow Cam finds a way to keep it close. What's your take on those
I don't trust Cam Newton, and I trust him less and less, every year these days.
In this system especially, the system isn't tailored to him.
It is not tailored to him. The Olsen injury is huge. We've seen what Dallas looks like without their safety blanket tight end. It's a mess. Now the Falcons have I guess the reason why I was leaning towards the over, and maybe we can, I'm just thinking out loud here. I guess the main reason was the Falcons now have holes in their secondary, and I know that the Panthers don't have a strong wide receiving core, but now with the holes in the Falcons secondary, I know the Falcons can put up points in Atlanta. And with the Falcons holes in the secondary, can the Panthers get me 20? Because if the Panthers get me 20, I hit the over. So that is the thinking there.
Well, if you think the Panthers get you 20 and you hit the over, then you're definitely leaning Atlanta here.
I'm definitely leaning Atlanta here.
All right.
There's no doubt about it. And the line's moving in that direction.
Shout out to Joe Garcia, regular viewer. Love his comments all the time. Shout out to Joe Garcia.
Oh, Ron Walsek joining us too says, please hit the like button. Much better show than anything ESPN produces. Man, I love Ron. You were not there for the show. Well, you were there for the morning show, but not the afternoon show. Do you remember when he gave us Alcantara? Remember he said his birthday was on Friday, and it was a birthday week for him. And then Alcantara just goes out and throws incredible. I love Ron Walsek's reads. I love the way he handles things. What a great capper. I love running with him.
A lot of people liking the under, though, Jim. Nick Dial says if the Panthers score 20, then you got the over. Nick Dial says Panthers won't score 20, though.
Yeah, and Mr. Gokster on the Panthers or team total under. Yeah, this is just something I wanted to talk out loud about.
Ski Profit, I don't see the Panthers scoring a lot.
Yeah, I hear that. There's no doubt that they're in a the Panthers have always been a very difficult team for me to read. Always have been, and they still are. Let me move to a next lean. I have.
Okay.
I want to fade the Dolphins again. I do. I don't want to get too excited about the Jets, but this opened as a pick'em after seeing what the Jets did. It's now down to -3. Total opened at 44. It stayed the same. Dolphins lost Devontae Parker to a finger injury. Tannehill looked okay, pretty much just what he does. 2 TDs, 2 picks, 20 for 28. 8 of his he misses 8 passes. 2 of them get picked. Gore and Drake looked really good. Stills looked really good. I feel like all the Jets pretty much have to do with this line is win at home. And why wouldn't they win?
Who?
The New York Jets.
Oh, the Jets against Miami. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly it certainly seems that way. I guess I don't know. Does the line seem a little bit fishy to you? That they should be a bigger favorite?
No, I don't think they should be a bigger favorite. No, I don't. I mean, look. What did we think about the Jets when they were going to Lions? We thought that Darnold was going to get eaten up. He throws a pick right away. Everybody who was on the Lions is chomping at the bit, waiting to catch their ticket, and everything went against them. So no. And Flipper still has the Dolphins 50-1 to win the AFC. Hey, I love you, Flipper. I love you. Easton Salvagard says, Jimmy, that is great, fading the Dolphins. The Jets in their home opener will be pumped and take this one. Ulysses Jets will see another type of defense. Savage Larry, Jets start 2-0. What a world. Tomar says, I don't trust Darnold here off the game of his life. Listen, I don't think that was Darnold's game of his life. I think this kid is headstrong. I always thought that he had his head together. I don't like this Dolphins team. I want to fade them again. That's the thing. It's not that I want to back the Jets. I don't like the Dolphins. I want to fade them here. The Titans made a ton of mistakes, red zone mistakes. I was very disappointed with the Titans last week, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to keep fading the Dolphins.
Jay Peach says Jets win, one word, Darnold. And early this season, Jim, I don't know if you remember, I said that I thought that, do you remember when I said that I was kind of high on Darnold and you said everyone is? And I said, no, I'm higher than they are. I was like, I think he might be. And the only guy who really strongly agreed with me was Jay Peach. Remember that? And Jay Peach continues to be a big believer in Darnold, and he says Jets win, one word, Darnold.
Yeah, I agree. Astros already up 1-0. I don't like that.
But then Ryan Smith says Jets and their mediocrity will go back and forth between wins and losses all season.
Yeah, no doubt. And Flipper13 thinks that Dolphins have an explosive offense. I was very impressed with Drake and Gore and, of course, Stills. Bill Butler saying reports coming out, Lions veterans already disgruntled with Patricia. Garoppolo and San Francisco rolls big time. And he says, like my Jets, San Francisco smashes and covers. That was another spot where Donnie agreed. Donnie agreed that the 49ers should be able to take care of business. Lions lost Blount. They also lost Zeke Ansah to injury. Niners offense, I would like to know if Goodwin is going to be good to go. I really don't want to back this team until Foster is back week 3. They did lose 2 guards in Garnett and Pearson, both dealing with foot injuries. But yeah, I definitely am leaning to the 49ers, and I'm leaning to the over in this Lions-49ers game. I am. Now the question is, what are we going to get from Stafford? Is he banged up? I certainly don't want the over if he's not starting and if he's not feeling good. So I guess we're going to wait on that. And Scotty Rock says, told you Valdez, first 5 Astros. Hey, it's early. It's early. But yeah, Zimmerman, it's early. Come on, Valdez hasn't even started pitching yet.
Kobe Valentine says Miami's the better team and Tannehill's the better quarterback. Jets always let you down when you think they'll be good. Miami should be a 7-win team, and this should be one of them. And a lot of people talking about how the Lions didn't get any pressure on Darnold, which might have made him look for one game a little bit better than he currently is. Do you think that Miami's going to get more pressure on Darnold than he saw against the Lions?
Yes. There's no doubt about it. And I don't even trust the Lions' defensive front 7.
Yeah, Tom Marino says Lions have the worst pass rush in the NFL. The Niners should go up and down the field. I think Stafford bounces back too. I like the over. And if the Lions have the worst pass rush in the NFL, maybe Darnold did look, because as someone else commented here, Savage Larry, any quarterback will look solid when the opposing team doesn't collapse the pocket, which is absolutely true, of course. Yes.
Yeah, no, I like that stuff. Derek Miller liking that 49ers pick. I agree, but I'm going to still take some time here and not rush into this. I got lots more to do. One play that Donnie was really into, and then so was the chat, was the under in Eagles at Tampa Bay. It's 43.5. We just watched the Bucs put up 48 points, yet this under is something that they really believe in. Buccaneers already without Vita Vea, Brent Grimes. They're both week to week. Now they've lost Devontae Harris and Vernon Hargraves in their secondary, but the Eagles and Foles can't take advantage of that. Now we have Deshaun Jackson suffering from a concussion and concussion protocol. I was surprised that Barber got the job done. This Eagles defense is nasty. There could be some weather issues. And Donnie said under about 7 times.
Wow. Yeah. A lot of back and forths here. Tom Marino saying the Jets receivers suck. There's no reason you can't play man and blitz Darnold. JP says I'm not even a Jets fan. I'm a Texans fan. The Jets will be solid with Crowell too. And Jared Schrader, I'm from Michigan and a huge Detroit Lion fan. So here we go. A local on the scene. Listen to me. This is a listen to me comment. Then all in caps. This is a listen to me and then all caps comment. Listen to me. Fade the Lions. The players don't like playing for Patricia. He's already lost this team. I was at the game last night. I saw it firsthand. Wow. Great comment there from Jared Schrader. I was kind of high on Detroit to start the season. You were not nearly as high as I and some other people were. I thought that Stafford, for the first time in his life, had some nice weapons on offense to work with, and maybe that's just all wrong, and Detroit is as bad as ever.
Yeah, no, worse.
Worse than ever. Worse
good.
than ever.
They were, well, not as worse as their 0-16, but they're just, last year they were moving in the right direction. I was shocked at what they did in the offseason. Just didn't do enough to fix the holes.
Well, R2D2 Finland says Lions are worse than ever. Worse than ever.
Yeah, no, I hear that. And I love the city of Detroit, but I kind of like when bad teams stay bad. I love the history of it. But I didn't want the Cubs to ever win a World Series. I loved that history. I thought it was just so much fun. Here's another spot. Redskins smashed the Colts. Redskins smashed the Colts. Colts just lost 2 tackles, Jamarcus Webb and Anthony Costanzo, to hamstring injuries. They're already without Denzel Good, dealing with a knee injury. Jordan Wilk. So Luck throws 53 passes, looks great. And you'd think there'd be holes opened up for their running back, but Wilkins just can't do the job. And the Redskins have confidence, look good. I'm worried that this line's going to get away from us. -5.5. I'm thinking of hammering that.
Triple Beams 3 says the Jets receivers do not suck. We went over this yesterday. We've already been over this. Anderson, Curse, and all NFL wideouts. Anderson one-on-one will torch you.
Yeah, Curse wasn't even there, and they look good. I like where we're doing. I like all this work that's being put in. Von Polo says I love the Redskins. Yeah, I think the Colts have serious problems. And the only place there's not a problem is at quarterback. And Luck looks like he's right back in action. So as we keep moving forward, another spot that people were really into here was the under in Patriots at Jaguars. That caught me a little bit by surprise. Totals at 45. and we know that Brady can put up points, but this Jaguars defense is very, very good. Now they're dealing with Fournette with a hamstring injury day to day. Their wideouts look awful without Marquise Lee. Bortles has just such a weak receiving core, and I already think he's a questionable quarterback. You got to give him weapons, and they don't have them. I think that I was interested, very, very interested that they were really into this under Patriots at Jaguars. Does that total interest you at all?
Yes, it does a little bit, especially because of the Jags and it's on the road. Yes, that was my first thought. I didn't bet it. I didn't pull the trigger on it. I want to see what happens to it. But yes, that was definitely a thought that I had. The modest total 45, but that was something that made me scratch my head just a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so the two late games, the two final games on the docket, the Sunday nighter and the Monday nighter. Listen, I'm going to jump on these Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt in my mind that the Cowboys are in big, big trouble. Now, I love their defense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I think the Cowboys are a terrible football team. It's just that I don't trust Dak without weapons. Mm-hmm. It's like giving Bortles without weapons. These guys need weapons. You can't take everything away from them and think that everything's going to be okay. And that's what they've done here. They've taken everything away from Dak. And now you just put 8 in the box every play against Zeke. Zeke goes for 15 for 69 yards. I just think now if the Giants get Olivier Vernon back, that's going to be even better. But listen, I want the Giants -3s across the board for the Cowboys. I just think that's a great, great place to be in. And Ulysses Hayes already says Giants +3. You know what? It's time to make my first play of the week.
Okay. Yeah, before you do that, I just want to say that Kobe Valentine saying fade Indy over and over again, and Jared Schrader just continues to slam the hell out of the Lions. Look at this.
That was a tough spot for him. Can you read it? Just watching the home fans watch that.
Here you go, Jared Schrader. Detroit has no offensive line, no talent on the defensive side of the ball outside of Slay, can't cover punts, no schematic running game. Jared Schrader just laying it on. Slamming the Tigers. He's from Michigan. Slamming the Lions. He's from Michigan.
I love it. And I love working with all these guys. Elio Rodriguez says Jimmy Waite. That's the thing. I like the Giants so much here, but can we count on public money every single time? Can I count on?
No.
I don't need.
If there's the two teams you can count on public money, it's Dallas and the Pats. But
I just think that the more people study this situation,
mm-hmm.
Gregory dealing with a concussion, Zeke, just filling up the box to block Zeke. Barkley's come as advertised. OBJ went 11 for 111 yards against Bouye and Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
I know I love the Cowboys defense, but goddamn, I just feel like the Giants, I should lock them in right now at +3. I feel like and the Redskins I should lock in right now. I just feel like they're both kind of slam dunk spot.
Yeah, I don't think the line will go down to 2.5. Although if it does, that'll probably be highly indicative of sharp money. That might happen like game day or something like that. But I think if you wait, I would be shocked if you have to take 2.5.
You know what?
It's probably just going to be 3 the whole week long.
I'm making my first 2 plays
mm-hmm.
of the week. I'm taking Giants +3.
Okay. I will line shop here to find you the best line for the books that we use. I was definitely leaning Giants myself. I'm not going to pull the trigger on that one yet, but that was definitely how I was thinking. Let's see. All right, so you're going to take the Giants at +3. The best line right now will be at Pinnacle -108. Giants +3 -108.
Beautiful. And then I'm going to take the Redskins here. I agree. The Colts are a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And when you take away when you keep losing tackles, we're talking about a team without depth anyways. I just think that they're in big, big trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Big trouble. And, Marlon Mack down with a hamstring injury. Big, big trouble. Aaron Martin going back to the Golden Taint under. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take these Redskins. I don't know how long 5.5s will be on.
Yeah, right now 5.5 -110 is across the board. Some places still at 6. Pinnacle edging up to 5.5 -115. So 5.5 -110 is currently available, up from the opener of 5.
Yes. Okay. So those would be the 2 plays that I'm the most confident in. Ski Prophet says like those 2 plays. R2D2 following along. Yeah. Now the other leans we're going to be hammering all week, and things are starting to become clear. I had a real tough time with this card. Initially, for whatever reason. I guess that week 1 we've been looking at it for 3 months, 4 months, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these I'm starting to see it a little bit clear. I did notice that My sides were on point last week. My totals were a bit of a mess, and it's early, and I can understand that happening. I'm not going to force totals, but I am going to push sides, and I like where I stand.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Anything else?
Sean Wynn says, who on the Colts defense is going to stop Adrian Peterson, Thompson, Jordan Reed? We have a healthy Redskins team right now. Let's make money off of them because they're not going to be healthy for long. Peterson looks like he's got to prove people wrong. I like when he plays with that chip on his shoulder. Sean Wynn says Redskins all the way. I agree. Now, Twatty's saying, Pittsburgh played Chiefs +5 for Steelers. You know what? I was also interested in that because when we did the morning show, I told everybody that I thought that this was very appealing. We went over the injuries. It's just Barry really that we have to worry about for the Redskins. I know he's a big part of that team, but how big is he now coming off that terrible injury? I also think that the Chiefs are very live here, getting the points, and Donnie agreed. Donnie thought they were. So I'm very close to following Twatty there and jumping on this spot.
Wow, everyone liking the Redskins here. Even everyone. No one saying that they like the Colts. I'm not seeing anyone saying they like the Colts.
I predict.
Oh wait, except for
somebody
for Kobe Valentine. Didn't he say Indy?
No, he was saying
fade Indy. Right.
I expect it to be a -7 point. I expect them to be -7 points. So there, and then Tom reaches his Redskins, one of my favorite plays last Sunday. Great play. I wish I had the balls to pull the trigger. Susana says, any insights on Ravens versus Bengals this Thursday? That's a game coming up real soon. This game really needs more study. The Bengals were. I guess the question is, how bad are the Colts? And the Bengals beat them up on the road as a dog, but is that a sign of the Bengals being good or the Colts being bad? Mixon looked awesome. John Ross was nowhere to be found. Dalton looked pretty good, pretty good. But is that again the Colts being? I need to go over more of that Bengals Colts film. The line's a mix, right? Bovada has Ravens favored. Pinnacle and 5 Dimes have Bengals favored. I'm definitely going to have more work done on this game. I can promise you. It just needs to be done before I can. When you're dealing with a Ravens team that just wins 47-3, and I just don't want that to get in the way. There's a couple things I don't want to get in the way here. But when we broke that game down today on the Audible show, at the end, Donnie was saying, you know what? The Ravens are a better team, and who do you want to have at a pick'em situation with 5 minutes left in the fourth? You want to have the better team. But it's going to take a little bit more time.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that Cincinnati might be the play here, but maybe I'm on the wrong side here. I was thinking that Cincinnati should have been at least a little bit of a favorite. You think the Ravens are really that good, as they looked in Week 1?
No, and that's the issue. We've got to determine how bad the Bills are and how bad the Colts are. That is almost more important than determining how. About the Ravens Bengals. I mean, those things have to be decided, and that's just going to take studying more film.
All right, Jimmy the Bag, you've added Giants +3 -108, Redskins -5.5 -110. Everyone for now agreeing with your Redskins play, seeing a lot of strong opinions agreeing with it, cascading in. Haven't seen one comment, maybe I missed it, but haven't seen one comment liking the Colts even a little bit here.
No, either have I, but a lot of people liking the Bengals. Seems like there's more people backing the Bengals right here than the Ravens. Which is interesting. Von Polo says the Ravens defense is way better, and I agree. I mean, it's way better. Thomas says I like Cincinnati. The Ravens have 0 running game. Bengals rebuilt that offensive line strong. It's just going to take more time. Elo Rodriguez says, Reed, my totals are on point. DBs are still getting used to the rule. Refs are figuring this out, which leads to adjustments for second half. Favors the offense. Kobe Valentine says Flacco is healthy and looking good. Yeah. 25 for 34, 236 yards, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions. And, he's looking good. He's feeling healthy. And, he wants his job. Trunku says Ravens are good, but the line is right on for that game. Yeah, again, I'm not going to force. Trunku says Baltimore D is elite. I agree. Nadali Alvarez says Pete told you Jets half. You absolutely
did. Shout out to Nadali Alvarez. Great call on the Jets game on the team totals, keeping it safe with the team totals, which he should. David Hutton passing on the Ravens-Bengals game. I think both teams are undervalued. And Trunku also saying Ravens are good, but the line is right on for that game.
And Trunku leaning Ravens in the over. Von Polo says, just know I put money down on the Ravens. Nadali Alvarez, are you on Twitter? Let me know if you are, because we want to do the GoFundMe. The low baggers want to pay for your ticket while you were watching the show, so please let us know about that. Bill Butler says a number of Jets offenders said they knew the plays lines were going to be called based on formation and Stafford's hand signals allowed them to jump routes, get 5 picks. Yeah, I read that as well. Great news. Got the ticket thrown out. The officer put wrong driver's license number.
Oh, there you go. I guess that's true. You never know what's going to happen in life. You never know what's right around the corner. Just when you think you got stuck with a friggin' driver's license for listening to the Low Bag Show, the cop puts the wrong driver's license and it's thrown out.
Yeah,
Unreal.
but talk about an honest guy Nadali is too, because he could have just let us raise him to $250.
He wouldn't have done that.
No, I'm just saying that,
yes,
that honest guy, a beloved member of the Low Bag family. That is great news, Nadali.
Great news, Nadali. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Nadali. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. At this point, JP saying Raiders looked like shit yesterday. No question. All these games need a ton more work. And I'm going to do it excitedly and happily.
All right, so let's quickly move on to college football. Jimmy the Bag and I both did add. What did we add? We added a Buffalo at -5. We'll see where that line closes. I'll be very interested to see where the line move winds up being on that one. Jimmy the Bag and I also early took Tennessee -29.5. That has moved in our favor. I took Charlotte +2.5. I took Arkansas State -2. And Jim took SMU +35.5 and Vanderbilt +14.5. Any other information that's come in, Jim, that makes you want to think about another play you want to add?
Juan B says, damn, this show's still going on. Nice. Nadali, my daughter loves how you pronounce her name. Have to make my own YouTube account. Oh, that's so funny. You're right. That is Natalie. What? I don't know. I didn't know if it was Nadali or Natalie.
Nadali.
Yeah,
yes.
But that's his daughter's YouTube account.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Ball State, interestingly, has now gone up from 14 to 14.5. That's an interesting move. Some money coming in on Indiana. That's kind of slightly interesting.
I wanted to spend more time on that. That's why I didn't just jump on Ball State. But I certainly loved the way they handled that beginning of the game against Notre Dame. Everything sort of seemed to fall apart on them early, and yet they dug deep and took care of business. There's less 30.5s on the board for Tennessee, I believe, than there was. Oh, but there's a 31 in Bovada. That's a good sign. There's some more work that needs to be done. I'm interested in Hawaii Army. Very interested in your under with Penn State. I think that Pitt is underrated. I agree with Twadia, but I don't. I mean, when Drew Martin says he likes Georgia Tech, I mean, you listen. SMU 35.5. There's only 135.5 left on the board. That's pretty good. Appalachian State, are they going to run wreck shop over all these squads? Are they going to beat up on Southern Miss? I mean, that's I have a ton more work that's going to go into this. I'm also interested in this New Mexico State game. I think we've got a lot of information from these two teams after their first couple games.
Kobe Valentine likes Army, Arizona State, and OSU ATS this weekend. Kobe Valentine has already told us that in general he's very high on Ohio State in general, even though people know how great they are. He thinks they might be not factoring it in enough. And that Arizona State line is definitely headed up. When I first saw it, it was like 3.5 or so. Now it's up to 4.5 or 5. So San Diego State at home getting faded by Arizona State. Of course, Arizona State coming off the big win, but that was a special situation. They were at home, and it was a spot that favored them. Now they go on the road, and interestingly, money coming in on Arizona State, and Kobe Valentine agreeing with that money.
Really? Because to me, when I look at that move, I think that's just a bias. To me, I think San Diego State has value here. Things are so different when you move into another school's barn, and San Diego State's looked fine this year. I'm very interested in what people's hot takes are in that game.
Native Queen said, running late, what was Red Girl's birthday pick? She means the pick I gave or the pick that she gave?
Let's give both.
I gave Cleveland second half money line -120. We talked about that game. Cleveland lineup is stacked tonight. We don't really trust Bieber too much starting for Tampa Bay, and Glasnow's coming off of a terrible start. He might bounce back here, but I think that Cleveland might have the edge late. So Cleveland second half -120 was my official birthday pick for Red Girl, and her picks were the first half under in the Mets Miami game, even though it was at 3.5. She also likes the strikeouts over for Suarez, right? And a lot of people suggesting that the ump might be giving the Giants a little bit of a boost tonight. And what was her third pick?
It was Michaelis.
Oh, that's right. Strikeouts over.
Strikeouts
over, but just 4.
Derek Miller saying Utah State, trust me. Tennessee Tech stinks. Easy money.
Okay,
What's
we'll
the
be
line
covering
there?
that game for sure. That is that's an FCS game. Anil Frank liking San Diego State in that game. So Anil Frank going against the line move, and Kobe Valentine's lean and Kobe Valentine says, Pete, my birthday pick, Cleveland money line full game. There you go. Kind of a no-brainer there.
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to jump this with Donaldson in the lineup? Do you think that he's going to give them the big spark?
It'll probably, I don't know if a big spark, but it'll probably help a little bit. It depends on who else is in the lineup on any given day, for sure.
Yeah, Derek Miller says Herman Edwards' team is hot. Jimmy, watch out. Just saying, don't know if I'm going to make, I'm uncomfortable. There's no question about it. Mama Jones says San Diego State has no passing game. Arizona State has a very capable offense. I just don't think SU can keep up.
And DJ Big Boss also loving Arizona State. There you go.
Yeah, Big Boss is sharp. Really knows these teams well. I like Houston money line versus Texas Tech. Man, did Houston ever look so good? That was a play that I probably wouldn't have been on if Walter Trotter and Big Boss weren't so into it. Walter Trotter loved the Houston play, and that was just
just a blowout. Even more of a blowout than it was on the final score. Awesome.
Oh, wow. Native Queen. Tomorrow is her birthday.
Wow. Okay. Parlay pick. She wants a parlay pick.
Sure.
All right. Okay. All right. Shout out Native Queen. Of course, we will give that. I will be thinking about that tonight. All right, Jim. Anything else?
Just that Jared Schrader backing Derek Miller's play on Utah State. I see these guys on the same play together. I'm certain that it'll hit over 55% of the time. Knowing that that's what it is, I think that I'm going to jump on that. You're going to do a little bit of information, but want to run with those two guys.
Okay. Any other comments you want to make, Jim?
Nothing. Although I am excited about Lucrative Larry's appearance. Other than that,
he's coming in today.
He is.
Okay, very nice. You want to get to that? Any final picks you want to give, Jim?
No. I just telling you that there's nothing else going on in my life other than capping these games, and I'm going to be hammering the shit out of them.
Jim and I will be back at 12 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow, and right now, let's see what Lucrative Larry has for us today. Here he comes. Always interesting to see what how's Lucrative Larry's picks doing? They're
They're
okay?
good, but we're having a problem with the TriCaster loading his record. His record is nice.
Is his last pick a winner? Welcome, Lucrative.
No,
Let me get this out of your way.
His last pick was Italy. It was a horrifying loser.
Okay, no shame in that. Happens to the best of them.
E aí, cara de pau, como vai? Tudo bom? Meu nome é Lucrative Larry. Eu vou tomar Palmeiras minus 118 versus Cruzeiro at Bet365. E aí? Meu nome é Lucrative Larry. Ele é Mr. Peters, você é Mr. Jimmy's.
That's not Spanish.
Até logo.
What did he just say? What was that?
It's a
português,
Oh,
é aí.
okay. All right, very nice. So who does he like in this? What was his pick?
I believe he's on Brazil.
Brazil. Okay, Brazil. Lucrative Larry. Thank you so much once again, and we will be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks, everyone.